Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Jack Miller kicking back with another video. And today we got week 8 NFL predictions. So let's get into it, guys. Headlines are as follows. Antonio Brown to sign, well, he already did sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so that is a big headline. And he will be back off of his suspension week 9. So that's big for the Bucs as they're going all in for the Super Bowl. Next one, Tua Tagovailoa will start his first career game. I know he did come in against the Jets earlier in the season, but this is actually his first career ever start. So let's see if he fares. He has a tough matchup in the Rams, but we'll see how he does. The third one, Le'Veon Bell to play the New York Jets this week. So the Chiefs are obviously fighting the Jets. So let's see if they will actually use Le'Veon against the former team. And let's see if he can eat up some yards against the Jets in a new offensive scheme. Christian McCaffrey, maybe to return Thursday. He has been practicing. So that one will be close. That would be good for him to get back and going, but I hope he doesn't, because I got Mike Davis in my fantasy league. But it's good for him if he does come out, and yeah. So Christian McCaffrey might be back. Is Michael Thomas finally coming back now? He's still questionable. He punched his teammate in the face and then goes out with a hamstring injury. So is he finally back now? Like, he's questionable, but we're gonna have to see what they do with him. And yeah, the Steelers are the only undefeated team here in the NFL now, as they did take down the Titans and who was the other undefeated team? The Seahawks did lose last week to the Cardinals in a overtime shootout. Chris Godwin is out with a broken finger. He required surgery, so he will be out at least till week 9. That's what they're saying, but maybe even next week. But actually, week 9 is next week. What am I saying? Yeah. So Chris Godwin out with a broken finger for the Buccaneers. And our last headline. Justin Herbert has looked really good for a quarterback here in his rookie season, looking to become the franchise quarterback. Let's see if he can get it done, as they did pick up their first win last week and trying to go for another one. All right, here we go. 5 weeks as follows: the Cardinals, Jaguars, Washington, and Texas. First matchup is the Thursday night matchup. Will be tonight. The Falcons and the Panthers. Now, we will find out, because I am recording this on Wednesday, so we will know if Christian McCaffrey is going to play or not. We'll have to see on that. So I will, if he plays, good for him. But if he doesn't, that's even better for Mike Davis. And yeah, so here we go. Thursday night, the Falcons and the Panthers. So the Falcons are 1-6 and third in their division, as they lost to the Lions last week because Todd Gurley did get into the end zone and left a bit too much time on the clock for the Lions to take down the Falcons. And the Panthers are 3-4 and fourth in their division. Now that's good. And they lost to the Saints last week. Now the Panthers have actually looked really good in their weeks. They can't find a way to get in this tough division, and it's kind of hard for them because they are a good team, but I think it's going to be an easy Panthers win here on Thursday, and the Panthers are going to win 30-17. Now the Vikings and the Packers. Now this one's a rivalry. The Vikings are 1-5 in fourth in the division with a bye last week, and the Packers are 5-1 in first in the division with a win last week in the Texans, who face the Texans. So, Vikings they haven't looked good, obviously, in the past games, but I mean, they're coming off bye fresh, so let's hopefully see something there. I mean, their receivers looked decently good in these weeks, so I'm gonna have to say the Packers' offense is just a bit too strong, though. They got Adams, Rodgers, Jones, like they just got it all around. Great offense, so I'm gonna pick that the Packers do take down the Vikings, and the Packers win 31-23. Now the Titans and the Bengals. Now The Titans are 5-1 in first in their division with a loss to the Steelers last week, as that game was the game of the undefeateds, and the Bengals lost to the Browns last week, and they are 5-1 in fourth in that division. Obviously, they did have the tie to the Eagles back in week 2, I think it was, or week 1, something like that. So look for this one to be kind of a blowout, I think, because the Titans are just coming off a loss. They're angry. They almost did come back against the Steelers, though. And the Bengals, obviously, I mean, Joe Burrow has looked good overall, and but I just think that the Titans are just too much for the Bengals right now, and the Titans are gonna win 31-17. Now it's the Jets, and the Chiefs. Now the Jets are 0-7 with a loss to the Bills last week in fourth in that division. But the Jets looked they looked good in their first few possessions, but then everything fell off the table. And the Chiefs are 6-1 in first with a win versus the Broncos last week. I mean, the Chiefs, obviously a great team, but the Jets, man, like, I don't want to see Sam Darnold go, obviously as a Jets fan, but I think it's going to happen, sadly. I'm going to pick that the Chiefs do take down the Jets, and the Jets' only 10 points will be kind of in garbage time, so I'm going to say the Chiefs beat the Jets 40-10. Now, the Colts and the Lions. Now, the Colts are 4-2 and second in their division with a bye week last week, and the Lions beat the Falcons last week to go to 3-3 and in third. Now, the Lions did beat the Falcons with no time remaining on the clock, as Matthew Stafford would find T.J. Hawkinson in the end zone to win that one, as Prater would nail the 40-yarder extra point because of a penalty. That game was obviously crazy enough. So I think that the Colts are just a bit too much for the Lions, even though it's going to be close. Jonathan Taylor is going to rush amazingly well, I hope. So I'm going to pick that the Colts do take down the Lions coming off a bye, and the Colts win 27-24. Now the Steelers and the Ravens. Now, Ravens obviously beat the Ravens had a bye last week, and the Steelers did beat the Texans. Now the Ravens are 5-1 in second, and that Steelers are 6-0 in first. Now, Steelers obviously started off really good against those Texans team, and they did come out with the win 27-24 last week. And the Ravens obviously off their bye, coming out fresh. Now, I expect this one to be a crazy game because, I mean, Steelers are really good, don't get me wrong, but I think the Ravens just are really kind of better in a way. So I'm going to actually pick the Ravens taking down the Steelers, so there will be no undefeated teams in the NFL this season. And I'm going to pick that the Ravens do beat the Steelers 34-31. Now we got the Rams and the Dolphins. Now let's start with the Dolphins. The Dolphins were on bye last week and second in the AFC East at 3-3, and the Rams did beat the Bears to go to 5-2 and in third in that division. So that division's obviously hard for them. So I'm gonna pick that the Rams obviously looked good. Their defense looked exceptionally well, and the Dolphins coming out bye, but Tua Tagovailoa will get the start for the Dolphins here. And Ryan Fitzpatrick was looking really strong, though, so I don't know about that decision, but obviously you got to get the rookie some NFL starts in his career to see how good he is and everything. Great left-handed thrower. Reminds me of Michael Vick. He's elusive, so I'm going to pick the Rams are just a little too much for the Dolphins this week, because obviously the Rams coming off that win on Monday night, going to come prepared to take down this Dolphins team, and the Rams are going to win 27-20. Now the Patriots and the Bills. Now the Bills beat the Jets 18-10 last week, and the Patriots lost to the 49ers like 36-6 or something like that. So that game was crazy. The Patriots did not look good at all. Cam Newton got benched. And the Bills obviously didn't start out good versus the Jets, down 10-0 and losing in half 10-6. Josh Allen could have been better. Lost a fumble. So yeah, I mean, But when you're the Patriots coming off a 36-6 loss and the Bills are coming off a win, I think the momentum's obviously in Buffalo's favor. So I'm going to pick that the Buffalo Bills take down the New England Patriots and win 30-10. Now, the Raiders and the Browns. The Raiders lost to the Buccaneers last week to go to 3-3 in second, and the Browns beat the Bengals to go to 5-2 in third. Browns looked good. I mean, Baker Mayfield looked really strong in this one. And the Raiders, I mean, they could have been better versus the Buccaneers, but they didn't show it. And I just think that the Browns are in third place at 5-2. That's just crazy to me. So I'm gonna have to go with the Browns winning and go to 6-2 and probably still stay in third. That's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna pick the Browns take down the Raiders 27-24. Now the Chargers and the Broncos. Now the Broncos lost to the Chiefs last week, and the Chargers took down the Jaguars. Justin Herbert looked really good in that one, and the Chargers are 2-4 in third, and the Broncos are 2-4 in fourth. So this one's gonna be not a close one, sorry, but if Herbert keeps it up, what he's doing, he's really strong, really good quarterback. Honestly, he might be better. Well, maybe not quite better than Joe Burrow, but in fantasy-wise, yes. But we'll have to wait and see because I kind of like Herbert more than Joe Burrow this season so far. So I'm going to have to pick the Chargers taking down the Broncos. And the Chargers win 28-17. Now the the Saints and the Bears, we'll read it that way for easier. Bears are home, that's why I read it that way. The Saints with the W last week to the Panthers to go to 4-2 in second, and the Bears are 5-2 in second with a loss to the Rams on Monday Night Football last week. So the Bears obviously did not look good. That offense struggled a lot, and the Saints only won a 3-point lead against the Panthers. Now, don't get me wrong, that Panthers team is pretty decent, but if you're the Saints, I get you didn't have Emmanuel Sanders or Michael Thomas in that one, but still, you got to be a bit better on that. Only winning by a field goal, so I'm going to have to pick that the Saints do take down the Bears in a comeback week, more like, even though they did win last week. So I'm going to have to pick the Saints winning 31-20. Now, this is the game that I'm excited for, the 49ers and the Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks with a loss to the Cardinals last week to 5-1 and still in first. And the 49ers are 4-3 and fourth in that division with a win against the Patriots last week. Now, I think this one's going to be actually really close than anyone expected. I mean, because the 49ers looked good last week, and if they continue that, they will be great. And the Seahawks obviously coming off a tough loss. Russell Wilson throwing 3 interceptions. But DK Metcalf saved the game to at least send it to overtime with his 102-yard tackle to get to Budda Baker. That was amazing. Props to my man DK Metcalf out there in Seattle. So I'm going to have to pick. The Seahawks do come back on a comeback week and win 37-30. Let's go, Hawks. Come on, Russell, I need you in fantasy. Let's go. Now, the Sunday Night Football match as follows. The Cowboys take on the Eagles. Now, the Cowboys lost to Washington to go to 2-5 and in third, and the Eagles are 2-4-1 and they won versus the Giants, and they are in first in that division. That division is very sad. And one of those teams are going to get in the playoffs, and that is very sad. So I'm thinking that Ben DiNucci starting for the Cowboys, 7th round pick in this year's draft. So let's see what he can do. He didn't look good at all after taking over for Dalton. But I just can't see the Cowboys winning much more with Dak out. And so I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles taking down the Cowboys, winning 27-17. And now our Monday Night Football matchup is follows: the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New York Giants. Now the Giants are home, so the Bucs have to go to MetLife, but Tom Brady's been there a lot anyway over his course of his career, so it doesn't really faze him, I don't think. So the Buccaneers beat the Raiders last week to go to 5-2 and first in that division, and the Giants lost to the Eagles on Thursday Night Football to go to 1-6 and fourth in their division. So I'm thinking that the Bucs just looked so good versus the Raiders. Tom Brady looked actually really good. Scotty Miller, Gronk is back. Godwin did good, even though he's going to be out this week. Godwin did good, and the only guy that really didn't do much, of course, was Mike Evans. No touchdowns, only caught two targets, 2 passes caught for 30 yards. And Ronald Jones, after coming off of 100-yard games, and they start Fournette. I don't know what they were thinking there, going with Fournette over Ronald Jones more there, but they did, and it worked out for them, I guess. So I'm thinking that the Buccaneers are just going to destroy the Giants, and the Buccaneers are going to win 35-17. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more. I post these every Thursday. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.